Now that we have some students added into our classes, we can look at editing WeBWorK assignments. So when you first log in, you should see homework sets come up. And this is my Calc 3 class, so we start in Chapter 12. But there's something interesting here. This starts with 12.3. There's a couple of homework assignments up here. I think every WeBWorK class should have some kind of intro to WeBWorK or review WeBWorK assignment. That I use this in two ways. In Calc 3, I use this to test my students on Calc 1 and Calc 2 topics, but in an intro course, like a Calc 1 course, give them a very quick assignment with a few problems and basically just arithmetic, and I use that to make sure that they can log in. A lot of times we end up editing our own class lists, either through uploads or entering things manually. It's not done automatically like other things on campus are. So just to make sure that they work, I like to have students come in and just do a quick assignment, give them some credit for just logging in. It's really just to make sure that they can log in. So when you actually get to real homework assignments, you don't get into issues of, oh, I don't know how to log in, or I can't log in. Anyways, so looking at this homework assignment, I noticed that it starts at 12.3. Now, maybe the assignment for this, or the instructor for this course wants to start at section 12.3, but it seems like there should be a section 12.1 and 12.2. So I'm going to go to Homework Sets Editor to see what's going on here. And I noticed that there actually is a homework assignment, 12.1 and 12.2, but if I look, there's 10 problems in it. It is visible. It does have reduced credit enabled, which is something we'll talk about. Here's the open date, due date, answer date. But there's no users assigned to it. There's 60 users in this class. There's me and all the students, but nobody has been assigned to this homework assignment. So I want to fix that. So here's all my students, and none of them are assigned to this class, to this homework. So I think what I want to do is assign this homework to all the users. And now, if I go back to homework sets, there's 12.1 and 12.2. So Homework Sets Editor is the place where all the homework assignments really reside and where you can make changes to them. And you can hide assignments from students if you come up with an assignment and then decide that you don't want to use it. You can make it not visible, or you can just unassign them. So if you want to unassign, we could go back to 12.1 and 12.2. Actually, we can just go to Edit Assigned Users, and you can delete certain users from it if you want to, or you can just unassign from all users. In this case, I want everybody to have this assignment. The way that I have this right now, I am working on set 12.1 and 12.2, so I can click here, and this will bring up a lot of information about this homework assignment. So I can use this mode to change due dates, and it looks like I better since this was due in January. This is my spring semester class. I can change whether it's visible to the students or not. You can choose to have an assignment not visible until it's opened. This has reduced credit enabled right now. Again, we'll talk about what that is in a minute. And then this is all the problems that are in this set. So this is actually picking problems out to place into the set. And we could add a problem in if we wanted to. We can reorder the problem. So if I wanted to change, say, this problem, I didn't like where it was in the set, maybe I wanted it to come earlier, I could renumber this. So there's lots of things to be done in here. But keeping it basic, let's go back to Homework Sets Editor. Another way to edit and kind of accomplish the same thing. Suppose I choose set 12.4 and choose to edit. Typical WeBWorK thing. I have to choose Take Action to get to actually edit. So if I do it this way, then I can come in again and change the due dates. I can change whether it's visible, whether the reduced credit's available. Remember that you have to click Save Edit and then Take Action. There are other ways to oops, I got an email coming. There are other ways to edit sets. If you go up to Instructor Tools, that is actually a hyperlink. And so down here, there are a bunch of different options So let's see, score selected sets, create new sets, edit a set, add problems to a set. You can view the users for one set, so I can click on here and view everybody that's available. Assign selected users to selected sets. Let's try that. So I added my class in before I started this video. So I added in 58 students, but none of them were assigned to any of the sets. So I'm just going to click this entire group here. So using Shift click, and I'm going to assign them to every single set in here. Well, I don't need 3D graph test because that's something else. But I am going to put them in review homework, so I'll use Control click, and then we will assign selected users to selected sets. This is a lot of users and a lot of sets. This is all stored in a database on the WeBWorK server, so this may actually take a second to do this. Let's see. So if we went through and wanted to add, I showed you how to add all the users to one set, but if you wanted to do that for all the homework assignments, to do that one by one would be a lot of work. So this is much more efficient to add all the users to all of the sets. So after you get your class list put in, this is a way to get your students into these sets if they haven't been automatically. And we are going to have to wait a little bit. So all this information is stored by WeBWorK in a database, and it keeps track of the students' performance on each problem and how many attempts they've made and what the attempts were, and keeps track of their answers and those kinds of issues. Okay, so let's see, are there any more things we want to do with the homework sets editor for now? I'm going to make a separate video on the reduced credit, so we'll come back to that. Okay, I think we're good for now. I'll give you some of the basics.